students, welcome back to the series of lectures of mathematics. In today's mathematics class for class 9th, I am going to discuss with you the operations on real numbers, the concept as well as the exercise 1.4 problems and the solutions. Now, the real numbers chapter, we were dealing with so many video lessons. Those who have not watched the previous video lessons of the introductory part of real numbers, in that we have dealt with rational numbers, irrational numbers, representing on the number line and all the successive magnification and all that. Just go to the channel playlist, click on those links, they will be they are provided there. And also in the description below this video, you will find the links. The immediate previous video lesson of the exercise 1.3 successive magnification, you can click on the I button here. Now we will proceed to exercise 1.4. The concept of it is the operations on the real numbers, right? Real numbers we are representing real numbers with a capital R. Now in real numbers again we do have rational and irrational numbers. The representation is Q and Q prime or Q dash you can call irrational. So for our convenience, let me suppose rational numbers I will suppose as Rn. While I am telling the operations, I will suppose them as Rn, and irrational I will tell as In. Okay. Just that is for our convenience. Okay. Now when we are telling about the operations, the basic operations, mathematical operations, nothing but the addition, subtraction, multiplication and the division. So those operations on real numbers, that means on the rational as well as irrational, how does it work? We will know about that. Now if you are taking two rational numbers and if I add them, I do get a rational number. Taking two rational numbers, if I add them, I get a rational number. The same when I subtract two rational numbers, I get a rational number. Check out. And if you multiply two rational numbers, you get a rational number. And if you divide all the four operations, divide a rational number with a rational number, you get a rational number only. So in all these cases, we get only rational numbers, right? Yes. Now if you are taking here irrational. Now I am supposing this as rational and irrational. Okay, don't get confused. Rn means rational. Okay, here actually we will be representing with capital Q and Q prime. Right. Now if I take irrational numbers, if I add two irrational numbers, the possibility is that we can get either irrational or rational. So we cannot predict. Okay, the possibility is that we can either get rational, irrational and rational. The same is that if you take a subtraction, the same case arises, and if you also multiply two irrational numbers, okay, we may get rational or we may get irrational, right? And also for the division operation, you get the same thing. So we cannot, here we are predicting that, not predicting, we are sure that we are getting a rational number here, but here we cannot guess, we cannot say that we get a rational or an irrational. It can be rational or a rational. So in these two cases, we got these assumptions. Now if you are taking an irrational number and a rational number here, so this is purely rational, this is purely irrational, and if you take the mixture, if I take an irrational and a rational or a rational and irrational, what we get? Let us see all the three operations with an example. Okay, so if you subtract and if you multiply, okay, and if you divide, so there is no rule that even you take rational plus irrational. Okay, here the case is only we get only irrational numbers. As the case is here, we get rational here, but in the case of a mixture, we get only irrational. Now how is that? Taking an example, if I take a rational number as 2, okay, plus irrational is root 3. Okay, root 3, root 2, root 5, all those are irrational, isn't it? So if you add them, this is purely irrational again, and if you subtract also, this is also irrational. If you multiply rational, irrational, this is also an irrational, and also if you divide, These are all irrational numbers only. We don't get rational when you do these operations on the irrational and rational numbers. Okay, so this concept you have to remember. All the while till now we have learned that irrational numbers are nothing but they are not perfect squares like this, root 2, root 3, root 5, and which are non-terminating and non-repeating. That means something 1.010011, likewise, which are non-terminating, non-repeating, like this. Some numbers which are not at all terminating, and their decimal expansion is not at all repeating. Okay, so these numbers we learned till now about the irrational numbers. But here when you are saying this 2 plus root 3, this is also an irrational number. Okay, but this is a mixture of a rational as well as irrational, whereas the operation here is addition. Okay, so these are also irrational numbers. So about the operations on real numbers, we had some conclusions here. Now let's move on to the exercise. Before we go to the exercise of 1.4, let me also tell you an important thing, that is surd. Okay, surds. What are surds? If we are taking n as a positive integer, a positive integer greater than 1. If n is a positive integer greater than 1, and if a is a positive rational number, then the nth root of a, or we can write this in the exponential form of a raised to the power of 1 by n, is called the surd. Okay, is called surd. So here the condition is that the root n should be a positive number which is greater than 1. It should not be 1. So it should be greater than 1, the n, and whereas a is a positive rational number, positive real number, like so the nth root of a is, and also this is nothing but in the exponential form we call it as a raised to the power of 1 by n. So here this is called as a surd. In surd, we call nth root of a as we call this as the exponential, we call it as the exponential form. Okay, exponential form of surd, whereas this raised to the power of 1, this is also called as the radical form. Okay, and a is also called as a radicand in some cases. Just for example, if I take example of surds, all our examples we can give. You can give cube root of 9. If you are taking square root of 9, that is a perfect square. It is not at all a surd. Here if you are taking cube root of 9 or root 2, these are all surds. Okay, this is also surd, 2 plus root 3. That means what we are taking, this a is a positive rational number, and the root here is second root, square root, second root. That means n is greater than 1. So such are called as surds, right? Okay, with this concept, let us begin the exercise 1.4. Let's start. Now, before going into the actual exercise of 1.4, let me give you some more operations. Okay, now we were telling about the surd. Okay, surds. So I was telling the wrong with, and that was mistake, that this is a radical form. Okay, so this is the radical form which is having the root. This is called the radical form of the surd. Whereas exponential form, simply how to remember, there is an exponent, so that is called as an exponential form. So vice versa I have told. Okay, so the exponential form of this surd, right? So we know what is a surd actually. Now let us revise few more operations on the real numbers, like involving the surds. Okay, if you are taking for example, if I am taking square root of a square, okay, this is simply a. We know this because if you turn this into the exponential form, this raised to the power of half, 2 and 2 cancels off and we get a, or else that means simply square root and square goes off and we get a. This is one operation. And if you are taking a b, square root of a b, so this is nothing but square root of a multiplied by square root of b. Okay, so and also if you are taking under root of a upon b is equal to square root of a upon square root of b. Here we can see that in multiplication and in the division we can split the square root, but whereas in the case of addition, this is very important. In the case of addition, if it is like this, this is never and not equal to root a plus root b. Okay, so this is in the case of addition, this is not equal, we cannot split the square root, as well as in the case of subtraction also. Okay, this is not equal to this. Only in the case of multiplication and division we can do, right? And let me revise one more. Like if you are taking square root a plus square root b multiplied by square root a minus square root b. So these all in previous classes, like in 8th class and in before classes, you have learned the formula of a plus b, a minus b. So the same thing applies for the surds also. So this is this complete thing is in the form of a. Root a is nothing but a only. So a plus b into a minus b is a square minus b square. That means this a square minus b square. As we know, this a square is nothing but a. So this is simply a minus b. Right. Similar way, if you are taking a plus root b, so the case of a rational and an irrational, and the same thing, a plus b into a minus b. Here a is a only, but b is root b. The same thing. So this comes to a square minus root b whole square. So that is just b. Okay. So likewise, we can also frame anything. Like if you are taking, this is the fifth one. Suppose if you are taking root a plus root b multiplied by root c plus root d. So nothing is common and there is no, just going on, just multiplying one term with the two terms. Suppose this is a binomial, this is a binomial, two terms. So take one term, multiply with both the terms of the second one. Next take other term and multiply with this. So just multiplying. So this becomes root AC, okay, and plus root AD plus with the second term this one root BC plus root BD. Simply we are just multiplying. Here no terms are equal, all are different. Likewise, the case if it is negative also you can do. So these are few operations of the surds. Now the surd, these are the basic operations of the surds, right? Now in that, if you are taking the exercise, let's move on to the exercise. Here the first problem I had noted down, 5 plus root 7, 2 plus root 5. So if you see, all the four terms are different. So this case of 6. So let us suppose this as 1, 2, 3 and 4. So what we will do? We have to multiply the first term with all the two terms. So this becomes 5 2 is 10 plus 5 into root 5, that is 5 root 5 plus this into this, that is 2 root 7. Yes, this into this. So that becomes 35 square root of. See here what I have done, square root of 7 into square root of 5. That means here this one, square root of 7 into square root of 5. So we are, when we are multiplying both square root, that the square roots, we can, the number can go inside. So it becomes 7 5 35. We can split the square root. Root 7 into root 5 also. Here this is the number, so I have written. So this is the final answer of this, just multiplying, right? Here we don't have similar terms a and b, so we can apply. So that is not possible. Now if you are taking the second one, a plus b and a minus b, see here same terms. So but there is a negative sign, there is a positive sign. So here I can apply a square minus b square, where a is equal to 5, I can suppose b is equal to root 5. So a square minus b square means 5 square minus root 5 square. Okay, root 5 square. So square root square, this goes and you get only, so here 5 square is 25 minus 5, that is equal to just 20. 20 is the answer. So applying that formula. The same case here, the third one. So this is a and b whole square. So we know a plus b whole square. Okay, a plus b whole square formula, we can write a square plus b square plus 2ab. The similar way we can write here a square is root 3 square plus b square is root 7 square plus 2 into ab root 3 root 7 is 3 into 7. Let me write like this. Then here this comes to 3 plus 7 plus 2 root 21. So that is 10. 3 plus 7 plus 2 root 21. Here what I did, multiplied. Root a into root b. Root a into root b is just root a into b. This is equal to this, vice versa. Both are equal. So LHS is equal to RHS. So this is the third one. When moving on to the fourth one, this is similar to this problem. A minus b and a plus b. So that is a square minus b square. So where a is this, a square. You can write whole square or inside, nothing. Minus b square. So no need of keeping the brackets also. Okay. So a minus b, a plus b, that equals to a square minus b square. So square root square goes of 11 minus 7, that is equal to 4. Okay, so this is the answer. So all these problems based on the operations of the surds. Okay, please pause the video and note it down. Second problem. Classify the following numbers as rational or irrational. So altogether 7 sums are given here. We have to say them which are rational and which are irrational. Just see here the first one, 5 minus root 3. As we have discussed just before that, an irrational number and a rational number, the operation on that, it will be a surely an irrational number. Okay, a mixture of a rational and irrational will be, whether the operation is addition, subtraction, multiplication or division, it is surely an irrational number. So this is irrational. Okay, irrational number, right? And the second one, root 3 and root 2, again a mixture of this. Okay, so this is also irrational. Also you can see here root 3 value is not terminating, 1.732, and it is not going on, non-terminating and non-repeating. Root 2 also non-terminating, non-repeating. If you add both of them, that value also will be non-terminating and non-repeating. Likewise also you can guess. Okay, so this is an irrational number. Now when you are moving on to the third one, let me see here. Again a combination, wherever square is there, if you want you can also simplify it. A minus b whole square, where a is root 2, b is 2. So a square plus b square minus 2 into a into b. Okay, so let us suppose this becomes 2, this is 4, so this is minus 4 root 2. So this is nothing but 6 minus 4 root 2. It's a combination of a rational and irrational. When a combination of rational and irrational, it is just irrational. Okay, so if you want to do the calculations, no matter, you can simplify, but you can see here only a combination of an irrational and rational surely will be an irrational. Okay, so that we learned before. Now here division of both numbers. See here, when you are taking here, I can cancel off these two, root 7 root 7. So this becomes 2 over 7. Okay, so 2 over 7 is in the form of p by q, which is a rational number. Okay, this is a rational number. And fifth one, 2 pi, where we know pi value. Pi value is equal to 3.1438. It goes on, it is non-terminating, non-repeating. So pi value is a irrational number. When multiplied with 2 is surely an irrational number. Okay. Likewise, the sixth one, 1 upon root 3. Okay. We got here root 3 as an irrational number. So this is also an irrational number. Okay. Now moving on to the seventh one. 2 plus root 2 and 2 minus root 2. Here we can do simplification if we cannot justify. Okay. So a plus b, a minus b. So a square. So a square is 2 square minus b square is minus 2. So that comes to here 4 minus 2, that is equal to just 2. So this value, when you do the product, you got 2. 2 is really a rational number. Okay, that is 2 upon 1, we can write p by q form. So this is rational. So in like this, using the operations of the real numbers, you can find whether, you can classify whether the number is irrational or a rational number. So hope you have understood today's concept of the operations on real numbers. We will look over the other problems of this exercise in our next class. Thank you all.